Hello, my name is Rob, and I'm an Atlassian certified professional, and I've been using Confluence for about 12 years. However, when I first started using it, it was incredibly frustrating. I didn't have any training or support, and I had to figure out everything on my own. So, I've put this video together to help you avoid all of that pain and frustration. Here, we're going to cover three major topics. The first will be just how to navigate Confluence and find things in the user interface or UI. This is important because it'll help you find things and avoid the frustration of not knowing what to click on. Next, we'll explore how to make content. We'll make a page and explore the formatting and editing options so you can go in there and make content and collaborate with your team right away. Last, we'll talk about searching and finding things in Confluence. This is really important because most of the time you'll be going in to find information. I found that these three areas are some of the most frustrating things for new folks. So I hope in the next 10 minutes, I'm able to help you avoid the frustration that I and many other people went through. For these demos, we'll be using Confluence Cloud Premium. However, everything I show you should work in every version of Confluence. If there are any differences, I will do my best to call them out. However, when you have questions or don't understand, please use the comments down below. I'll be happy to respond and help you out. So now that we know what we're in for, let's jump into Confluence Cloud Premium and see what the user interface is like and how to get around it. Here we are on my homepage in Confluence Cloud Premium, and I can always get back here by clicking on the Confluence logo in the top left. This page is useful because it gives me information like what I've recently been working on up at the top, and also helps me discover new things. For example, if I'm following pages, if there's popular content, announcements, or team calendars. On the left, you'll notice a navigation bar, and if you've used Confluence in the past, this is in a new spot. Recently, Atlassian moved where the bar is from the top to the left side. Now, you can modify this bar by clicking on More and Customize Sidebar. This will let you reorganize what it looks like, and anything you put under Hide from Sidebar will disappear. So if you find yourself not using apps, get rid of it, but if you really like keeping track of your drafts, bring it to the top. This will reorder the bar for you, so take a minute to make sure it's organized for your use and not someone else's. The top always has a For You link, which will bring us back to this page. The Recents menu covers things you've recently been to, for example, all the content you've been working on. You can filter this and search through it to find specific things. Starred items are things you've clicked the star for. Think of this like a bookmark to quickly find things. And of course, you can unstar them if they're no longer useful. Spaces are an important concept in Confluence because they organize information typically by team, department, or project. You might even have your own personal space, which will just be your name that you can go add content to that is yours for a playground or to just build out drafts. Now, underneath this, we'll see any starred spaces. I always recommend folks go in, find the spaces they use regularly, and star them. This makes them much easier to find. You won't have to click around, they'll just be right here in your list. But if you want to see other spaces, you can always click on View All Spaces to get a big list of all of them. This can be useful if you're new and exploring things, but typically I find myself getting a link to something or using the search, which we'll talk about in the third part of this video, to find content. So that is our basic navigation. If you're ever lost, come back to the homepage by clicking on Confluence. You can modify your sidebar by clicking Customize Sidebar, and then use these menus to navigate and find things, including your starred spaces. Now, I've spoken a bit about spaces, and these are just ways to organize content. For example, if I have a project space for a project manager, everything about that project might be in here in Project JQuil. This should contain all the information about it. Or maybe I have a space that's organized around engineering, and my engineering team has their own space. Regardless of what it's called, though, this is where your content will live. And this is the second thing we're going to explore, creating content. There is a big blue Create button at the top. All you have to do is click it and select the type of content you want to make. Here, we'll just make a brand new page. A page can contain visual information and text, and it's what most people think of when they make content. You're going to want to give it some kind of title, and then you're free to add content to it. You might copy and paste something out of a different document, or you might create brand new information from scratch. For this example, I'll add some example text, and then I can use the formatting bar at the top to modify it. For example, if I need to bold it or italicize. And you'll notice as I mouse over these, there are shortcut keys, Command B and Command I. Now, in Confluence, I don't have the option to add text sizes or fonts. However, I do have styles which allow me to do things like add headers. This is a great way to visually break up information. I can also do things like change the text color, and even use a highlighter to highlight specific text on a page to draw attention to it. I can also do things like add bullet points in a numbered list if I need to, indent and outdent. And next I have a number of special items. One way to use Confluence is to track tasks, which I can add here. I can add links to other information or documents, and I can even attach files like images or video to make my page more visually interesting. I can also @mention folks. To do this, all I have to do is either click on @mention or add an @ symbol and then click someone's name. When I publish this page, this will send them a notification letting them know, hey, you've been mentioned. I can also do things like add emojis and even change the layout by adding columns to better organize and sort my page. So this is how to make a new page. I just click create, find page, and add my information. Now, if I don't publish this, it will remain a draft. And this means no one will be able to see it except myself and my admins. So the last thing I'm going to want to do is click publish. I'll have some options to confirm where it's going and how the access is controlled. And then once I click publish, that page will now be available for other people. So make sure you click that publish page. A very common frustration is that page isn't published, so folks don't find them, and then people can't get that great information. Once the page is live, you can come back to it and either hit the E button on your keyboard or click the edit pencil to go in and modify it. But just like our draft, until I click update, those updates aren't published. They aren't easily viewable by most folks. So that is how we create content with this big create button. Now there is a few other ways to add content. I can click on the small create plus here, or next to a page, I can insert it as a child page. And we'll talk about this in our next section on how to find content. The new UI for Confluence has a search bar right up at the top. I can click in it and I can type in a keyword, maybe project, and find all the content that has that keyword. I can also access the search bar by typing the / or question mark key on my keyboard. This will let me search, and I can quickly click on things or even filter down by space or when it was last updated. If I hit enter, I'll enter the more advanced search, which gives me more filter options. Maybe the type of content, or maybe I'm looking for content under a specific parent. Now I've mentioned this term parent a few times. Another way to find content is on the left-hand side in our content hierarchy. These are all the pieces of content that exist in the space. You'll notice some of them have these little arrows, and when I click on them, they expand to show more content. This allows me to organize the space and make things easier to navigate and find. So I can also find content by clicking in search by title and typing in a name. And this will search just that content hierarchy, or I can browse by expanding the parents to see the children underneath them. If I need to, I can also move my page under a new parent to help keep it organized for others. So there is a very quick start guide to Confluence. Understanding how to navigate the system will make it easier for you to find what you're looking for and to get around. Knowing how to make content by clicking that big blue button will make sure you can easily add new information for your team to access. Just remember to publish it so folks can see it. And knowing how to search with that / or question mark key or clicking up in the search bar will make it very easy for you to locate what you're looking for. You can also navigate that content hierarchy visually to browse through and see what's going on. I will encourage you to jump into Confluence right now and see how this works. Getting hands-on experience will be very helpful in understanding these concepts and ideas and make it easier for you to remember next time. But also share this with your team. Tell someone else at your organization what you've learned, and that'll help you remember it and help them out as well. Please use the comments though. Let me know what other questions or frustrations you have about Confluence and explore my other content. There is a ton to know about this system, so it's important you know how to find resources. Check out the description for more information and other places you can go to get help. If you like this, please like and subscribe, but share it with others. Make sure others learn as well. And I really look forward to seeing you in one of these videos again soon. Me again, thank you so much for watching that video. Check out more here and pop down into the description. I've got a blog with weekly content. I also have a lot of online learning on Atlassian stuff and project management. And if you need personalized training for you and your team, reach out and let me know. I'll be happy to get something set up for you. Thanks again for watching, and I'm looking forward to seeing you here again soon.